What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we're going to be checking out some awesome battles submitted to the channel by a member of the community, Zer Felro. So shout out to him. Thank you for sharing these battles with us. And as you can see, that is a very strong team over there. Defense Form, Deoxys, Scrafty, and Greedent, all for the Ultra League Remix Cup. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this team and these battles, and let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, getting into this first battle here, let's see how this goes. Alright, so we have Defense Form Deoxys on the lead versus Dragalge. This is going to be an interesting matchup, but having access to Psycho Boost is really going to be helping out here for super effective damage. But we'll have to see what they decide to do, as every time you use Psycho Boost, you're going to be losing attack. So they're going for the Psycho Boost right away after building up to 2. Let's see if we get any shields here on the lead. They do get a shield right there. They're going to swap right away into Greedent now, saving the energy there on Defense Form Deoxys. We are going to see the charge move now come through from Dragalge. Let's see what it's going to be. It is going to be the outrage. So that is a good block right there. And they're deciding to stay in, which means whatever's in the back might actually be weak to Scrafty as well. With Greedent having access to Crunch, it can put a lot of hurt on the meta. We also see no more shields come up right there on the body slam spam. But Greedent is an absolute thick little chipmunk here that can spam charge moves like no one's business and put a lot of pressure down. Now we do see a Politoed come in right here, which isn't a hard counter to Greedent whatsoever. So we'll have to see if Greedent can actually take over this fight, because they are ahead on energy. But it's going to be Weather Ball versus Body Slam spam. This is going to be charge move city right here. So let's see how this plays out. So far, no more shields going down yet. It's still 1-to-1 on the shields. Dragalge is low but has some extra energy. And Defense Form Deoxys does have a Psycho Boost, I believe, loaded. So we'll have to see how this plays out, but my goodness, it's just gonna be Weather Ball, Body Slams, Weather Ball, Body Slam, Weather Ball, Body Slam. Alright, let's see who's finally going to give up a shield right here. I think they're probably just going to let it go, maybe come back in with Defense Form Deoxys and farm down. But Greedent should be able to get to one more Body Slam right here. No, not able to get to it. So they are going to let the Greedent go down against this Politoed, but it perfectly sets up a hard farm down with counter here from Defense Form Deoxys to really load up on energy. And we'll have to see what that final Pokemon is going to be, because I imagine Dragalge is not going to be coming back into the matchup, considering it takes super effective damage from the Psycho Boost, right? And Defense Form Deoxys has 2 loaded. So let's see what decides to come in. It is going to be a Jellicent right here. So with Scrafty in the back, things are looking very, very good. Dragalge does swap in right now, looking to put some pressure on the shield. So they are going to go ahead and shield this charge move. It is going to be the outrage as well, which is very nice. Scrafty can easily go for the power-up punch now, which will be resisted because of that poison typing. But boosting the attack and able to farm down with counter is very ideal versus the Jellicent in the back. Now, if Jellicent doesn't have Ice Beam, it's definitely a hard game over. And if the Jellicent decides to no shield right here, that is going to be very ideal for the Jellicent. But they do decide to shield, which is perfect for Scrafty. I need a second cup of coffee today, my goodness. Charge Meow coming through. It's probably going to be the Ice Beam. Yeah, it is going to be Ice Beam right there, but that's not going to do anything here. Scrafty is going to be able to get to the foul play in time. Defense Form Deoxys as well is maxed on energy, so it's got a couple Psycho Boosts loaded up, and we do see the swap out and go for the Rock Slide now to finish this game off nicely, and that is going to be a good first game. Very clean, very bulky team right there, and as you guys saw, Greedent on Safe Swap is just absolutely deadly. It can spam those charge moves, and it is extremely bulky. Having access to Bullet Seed, Body Slam, and Crunch is fantastic on the meta. But in this next game, we have Mandibuzz on the lead versus Defense Form Deoxys. So kind of a tough lead right here, but it is going to be Air Slash, which is much more ideal for this Defense Form Deoxys fight, because the Snarl would be doing super effective damage, right? The Dark to Psychic typing here. And also having Rock Slide is very ideal for the matchup. So this is actually looking like a pretty good lead right here. Keeping the Mandibuzz away from Scrafty as well is definitely going to be ideal. So Dark Pulse does land, and it doesn't do as much as I thought it was going to, but considering this is XL Defense Form Deoxys and XL Mandibuzz, they are thick as can be. But let's see who decides to shield first. Mandibuzz decided to go for the no shield right here, so Defense Form Deoxys might actually be able to commit to the farm down. So they are going to go ahead and shield and look to probably fully farm down with counter, and they're going to have to be, oh, they decided to go for Aerial Ace as well, which is a good shield bait right there. They're going to go ahead. Oh, can they get to the farm down? They decide to swap into Greedent to catch the charge move at the last second, saving 100 energy there on Defense Form Deoxys, which might come in handy late game. Let's see what's going to be in the back. Oh, and they draw out an Alolan Ninetales. That is perfect right here, considering this Ninetales would have absolutely shredded the Scrafty that is in the back. So drawing it out with Greedent is ideal, and we'll have to see what that third Pokemon is going to be. It might be something weak to Dark-type moves, which means Scrafty might be able to close this game out. We do see a Weather Ball come through and a No Shield. I imagine the battler here is going to be saving the final shield for Scrafty to close this game out. But again, no more shields on Alolan Ninetales. The quicker they can get this thing down, the better. And hopefully this Body Slam, I mean, getting a shield as well would be nice right here. But no shield right there, which means Defense Form Deoxys is going to have to come in. They get to another, my goodness, this Greedent is so thick, able to get to another Body Slam and force a shield here. No, the A9 goes down. It's going to be Jellicent in the back, so that is basically going to be a good game. Scrafty is going to come in right here. We'll have to see how this plays out. They do have Bubble, so they might be running Bubble, Ice Beam, and Shadow Ball. But let's see what happens here. They're just going to go straight for foul plays. Start to force those shields from the opponent. Remember, they still have Defense Form Deoxys as well with 100 energy in the back. So they're going to be able to throw double Rock Slides. And it's just going to be a Bubble Beam. So it's a Bubble Beam, Shadow Ball, Jellicent right here, which is still nothing to sleep on because Bubble Beams really start to add up, but they can swap the Scrafty out at some point in order to clear the debuff right here. So they're going to go ahead and build up some more energy, go for the foul play now, and just looking to do as much damage as they can. I still think they have this game in the bag, but we'll have to see how this plays out at the end because these bubbles are really starting to add up. This might get the final shield as well from the Jellicent, so they're going to have to be careful if they decide to swap to Defense Form Deoxys because they are going to need, yeah, the energy is being thrown now. So hopefully they can swap. Oh, it's just another Bubble Beam. Oh my gosh. If they land the Shadow Ball right here, it's going to be game. But they decide to swap into the Defense Form Deoxys now and go for the Rock Slide. Hopefully this Rock Slide and one more will be enough. Can they get the Psycho Boost? No, they do get to the Rock Slide in time. And that is going to be a good game. That actually was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. But that's because those Bubbles and Bubble Beams really started adding up versus Scrafty there. But yeah, good game. Very well played. Alright, moving into this next battle. We have Deoxys on the lead versus Scrafty. Okay, pretty ideal matchup right here considering counters are doing super effective damage, and we do see a Skuntank now come into this matchup. And they're going to go ahead and load up and then swap into Scrafty here. They obviously have to watch out for Sludge Bomb. It's going to do a lot of neutral damage. It's actually a Flamethrower. Okay, so I'm probably rocking Flamethrower Crunch. But we do see the Scrafty now just go for the power-up punch here. There's no need to throw foul play, right? It's going to be resisted, and the power-up punch is going to constantly increase the attack of your counters, and let's see how this plays out. The Scrafty is going to decide to shield, which means they might be able to fully commit to the farm down, and if the opponent Scrafty decides to come in, it's going to face an onslaught of power-up punches and counters. No, not able to flip it right there. They're going to have to let this go, which is unfortunate. Oh, the crunch was not enough to take out Scrafty. That is a beautiful no shield. We do see the opponent Scrafty now come in. They're going to go ahead and throw the double power-up punch right here. Hopefully they actually can. They decide to swap back into Defense Form Deoxys now and go for the Rock Slide. This is going to be resisted because of that fighting typing, but let's see if they get a shield. No shield at all right there. We do see a swap out into Drifblim now. So Rock Slides as well are still going to be doing super effective damage, but they still have Greedent. They still have Scrafty with some energy, so this is going to be an interesting game. But the opponent Scrafty in the back does have a bit of loaded energy as well, and it could close this game out if they decide to save the shields. Defense Form Deoxys is going to go ahead and shield, and they shield the Shadow Ball. That is a beautiful shield right there. Hopefully they can get to the Rock Slide in time. They need to chip as much health as they can, and they might be saving the Deoxys as well if they decide to swap into Greedent, hopefully to catch the charge move. Here it comes. They are going to swap into Greedent now. And if this is a Shadow Ball, that is a beautiful catch. I imagine it's just going to be Icy Wind considering they delayed. Yeah, it is going to be Icy Wind. That's going to be lowering the attack of Greedent. We do see the Scrafty now come in, but Greedent is going to be able to spam these body slams, and hopefully it can get a shield right here. Oh, it's going to be an Acid Spray. Acid Spray Scrafty instead of Power Up Punch. This is going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Body Slams now coming through. One of these is bound to get a shield because they are going to be able to do so many of them. Yeah, they have 2 loaded right now. They still have Defense Form Deoxys with energy. They still have Scrafty with some energy. So things are looking very good. Can they get to one more in time? Yes, they can. This is going to get the final shield here, or Scrafty is going to go down. Let's see. Oh, Scrafty goes down. They're swapping. Oh, what are they going to do? They're going to swap into Scrafty, throw the foul play right here. They have Greedent with a bit of energy and that normal typing to resist the hexes. They have Defense Form Deoxys with a bit of energy. And Drifblim's going to be able to farm down. This is going to be so close. Who are they going to go into? I think they got to go into Deoxys right here. They got to go into the Deoxys. They draw out the charge move, so this might be the Shadow Ball, which will be enough damage to take it out. Yes, it will. So it's going to be up to Greedent to get to the crunch in time. No! The Drifblim has an Icy Wind, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played. That was a lot of dancing around with energy in order to try to win that one, but great game right there. Alright, moving into this next one, we have Deoxys on the lead versus Alolan Ninetales. Very ideal to see it on the lead, considering there's a Scrafty in the back, and we do see a Jellicent safe swap right here, so we will see that Greedent come in. Greedent's fast move as well as doing super effective damage, right? The grass to water typing, and these crunches can be spammed, so this is going to get absolutely destroyed, and they get the defense drop right here, so things are looking very good on the lead. Greedent can easily come out of this with a decent amount of health and energy if they play it correctly. So let's see how it plays out. But here comes the next crunch. Again, because of that defense drop that we saw from the first one, this next one is going to be doing more damage as well. Oh, that is so much damage. Absolutely destroyed. They're going to be able to no shield and fully farm down. And if Alolan Ninetales comes back in, it's going to face an onslaught of body slams right here from Greedent. We do see Scrafty actually come in, so this is going to be tough. Greedent is going to be able to throw these body slams, but Scrafty does have the ability to fully farm down right here and have loaded energy for both Scrafty and Defense Form Deoxys in the back. And what's tough is they're going to have to come into the mirror because they have to keep Defense Form Deoxys on the Alolan Ninetales. But Greedent doesn't care. It's just throwing body slams all day long. Able to get 3 off right there, chunk 50% of the HP, and get a shield. So the Scrafty mirror is definitely a favorable one right now with the amount of health that was gone. It doesn't matter how much energy they did have. So we will see these counters really start to add up. They do swap into the Alolan Ninetales now. And they're going to go ahead and load up and then swap into Defense Form Deoxys right here. Having access to Rock Slide as well is very nice for this meta. Like we saw, it has great coverages on the Drifblim. It's got coverages on maybe the Fire-type Pokemon. It's also got coverages on the Ice like Alolan Ninetales right here. So here comes that Rock Slide. It might be forcing the final shield. Nope, they decide to let it go. Alright, so they should be able to go for the double Psycho Boost right here in order to close this game out. The opponent's Scrafty as well is still extremely low, and their own Scrafty has a lot of loaded energy. So this is looking like a GG. Very well played. They are deciding to go for Rock Slide. This does get a shield as well, and hopefully they can fully counter down right here. They're going to go ahead and save their own shield probably for Scrafty in the back, and I think that is going to be a GG. We do see a swap out back into Scrafty. They do decide to throw the charge moves. So they're going to go ahead and shield the Weather Ball right here. But this is looking like a good game. There's plenty of Oh man, here comes the opponent's Scrafty going for a power-up punch. This is going to be interesting to see how this plays out because counters are really going to start adding up. They have double pups right here, but I think that's still going to be a good game. There's too much health on this Scrafty that they would possibly lose. They're going to go ahead and, go for the double and then counter down the Alolan Ninetales in the back, and that is going to be a good game. So just showcasing how strong these Pokemon and the synergy of this team is really incredible to see. That Greedent on the safe swap is just nasty. It's so nasty. Alright, moving in this next one. We have Deoxys on the lead versus Bomb of Snow. Pretty solid lead right here with the counter and Rock Slides, and we do see a swap into Blastoise, which is pretty interesting. They're going to go ahead and... Oh, they're lagging a bit right here. Okay, I think they're trying to go for Psycho Boost, so this is going to be doing neutral damage. They still have Scrafty in the back for the Abomasnow, but they do get a shield right there, so this is a nice time for Greedent to come in. We're going to have to see how much damage these Hydro Cannons are going to do, and it's honestly great to see Blastoise coming into the Ultra League Remix Cup with all the XL Pokemon that are out there. Blastoise looks really awesome. So they're going to go ahead and shield this next Hydro Cannon and probably look to be going for crunches. No, they're going to go for body slams right here for neutral damage. They don't necessarily need to win switch, but it would be ideal. Considering they don't know what the third Pokemon is going to be in the back. I imagine it's probably going to be a Jellicent, right? They got double water right here, so it might be Jellicent in the back, which means they want to align Scrafty to that instead of Defense Form Deoxys. So they will let this Hydro Cannon go through and look to throw the Body Slam to close this mid-game out. So they are able to get to it. And probably we'll see the Shadow Abomasnow come back in and look to farm down. Oh, the Blastoise decided to shield. This is going to be a race. Greedent gets to the Body Slam as well. So able to take 2 shields and win switch advantage. That is huge for the mid game and just goes to show how strong Greedent can be. Abomasnow does come back in and farm down. And we will see Defense Form Deoxys come in, and there's the Jellicent. As predicted, that is going to be a good game, very well played. You may be asking, how is it predicted? If you got Abomasnow on the lead, which is very weak to fire and fighting in the meta, you want to have coverages, hard coverages for that in the back. The Blastoise look to be the safe swap with Ice Beam, and Jellicent is a great counter to fighters and fires, basically. So we do see a Gengar safe swap right here into Greedent, so Greedent is going to absolutely destroy this thing. Gengar does have access to Sludge Bomb though, so this mid-game fight is not over, especially if Greedent decides to no shield. But crunches right here are going to be spammed, and they are going to hurt. My goodness, that's a lot of damage. And the defense drop, that is beautiful to see. Will we see a no shield right here? This could be a Shadow Punch. I wasn't counting the Shadow Claws. No, it's going to be another Sludge Bomb. Oh, man, this is going to be close. They have to go for Body Slam right here. This is going to be resisted. But if Gengar decides to go double shields, no, they decided to let it go. They are going to come back in with the Galarian Stunfisk and look to farm down, but just as Greedent is able to get to a crunch right here. If this gets a defense drop as well and after the mid game, no, it doesn't. But they can easily bring back in Defense Form Deoxys, and we might see Jellicent in the back. I'm just going to call Jellicent. All right, here comes the Deoxys. Oh, it's going to be a Mew, actually. Oh, this is interesting. You have no clue what this Mew is going to have in terms of its charge moves. But Scrafty can easily still close this game out, so they can keep Defense Form Deoxys into this matchup right here. Even though they are taking super effective damage from Shadow Claws, Scrafty is going to be a better matchup to farm down a Mew and take out Galarian Stunfisk with shields. All right, so they got Flame Charge, which is obviously going to be boosting the attack of these Shadow Claws right here, but hopefully they can start getting shields with these Rock Slides, which they do, and then hopefully they can get to one more in time. I think they will be able to throw a Flame Charge right here. This is going to be enough neutral damage to take them out, but let's see. They decide to shield. It is going to be the Surf, actually, which might have been able to survive. It would have been very close, but they are able to get to another Rock Sliding. We may see a swap out into Scrafty right now. Yes, we do. Scrafty is going to come in locked and loaded and look to go for the Power-Up Punch right away, but not before Mew is able to get to the charge move. Are they going to let it go? This is boosted. It is just going to be a Surf that doesn't do too much damage right there. Scrafty as well, able to get off the Power-Up Punch to try to force that shield from the Mew, because we know Galarian Stunfisk is going to get absolutely wrecked in the back. Mew is able to get to another charge move, so this game is not over. They're going to go ahead and let it go. And it's going to be up to Galarian Stunfisk to try to close this game out. They're going to have to throw these Rock Slides. So here comes the first one. They will be shielding. And even though this is resisted, it might just do enough chip damage. And they're actually going to go for the Foul Play. This is a good call. Foul Play is going to do quite a bit of neutral damage. And considering Scrafty is boosted, I think that is going to be a good game. Very well played. And they do swap into Defense Form Deoxys at the last second just in case. And that will be a GG. All right. Moving into this next battle, we have Deoxys on the lead versus Nidoqueen. All right, interesting lead matchup right here. Remember, the Poison Jabs and Poison Fangs will start ripping apart, but Psycho Boost will be doing super effective damage. Here comes that first charge move. It might just be a straight Earth Power right here. Let's see. They are going to shield. It was a straight Earth Power, so that's a great shield from Defense Form Deoxys. And they're actually going for a Rock Slide shield bait. Even though this is higher energy, not getting the debuff is what's very ideal. Oh, and they decided to no shield right there. Okay, they're going for another Rock Slide. Interesting choice right here, but let's see how this plays out. They do get a shield finally, so now they should be able to go straight for the Psycho Boost. Here comes the next charge move. This is Earth Power. That might be enough to KO. I don't know. It is going to be straight Earth Power. Definitely not enough to KO, but they can get to the Psycho Boost in time. The Nidoqueen might be thinking this is a Rock Slide and no shield this, which might just boom it right here. No, they decide to shield, so that is okay. Scrafty can come in. No, they're going to come in with Greedent right here and load up on energy. Alright, hopefully they don't get debuffed. They are able to get to the Body Slam, but I don't know if this is going to be enough damage to take it out. And if Nidoqueen can get that Poison Fang off, barely not able to take it out, so Nidoqueen is able to get the Poison Fang, which will be debuffing the Greedent, which means they're probably going to have to swap out if there is a counter user in the back. Let's see. Oh, it's going to be a Venusaur in the back, a Shadow Venusaur at that, so there's no swap out as well. They're going to go ahead and let the first Frenzy Plant go through. This is going to do quite a bit of neutral damage right here. And it begs to question what is going to be in the back. They're going to go ahead and go straight Foul Play. It does neutral damage in the matchup. And remember, there's no shields left. So it's really solid to just go straight Foul Play to try to close this game out. Hopefully they can get to another one in time. They cannot. They're going to go ahead and shield as well. So they're wanting to hang on to Scrafty right here to try to do as much damage. It is going to be a Samurant in the back. So the new Community Day Pokemon with the Shiny Flex right here coming into the battle. But I don't think it's going to have enough. They do get to double power-up punches right here. I'm curious if one Foul Play might have done more damage right there than the counters. Begs to question, but they are able to get to the Body Slam in time. I told you I need another cup of coffee for these shoutcasts right here, but I think this is looking like a good game. Unless Samurant's Mega Horn right here, that is a really cool animation. It just pulls out a sword. I actually haven't seen that before. Mega Horn is not enough damage right there, so they will. Overloading, able to get to the Body Slam just in time. Overloaded the perfect amount in order to take out the Samurant, and then Venusaur is coming back in. They do have a Body Slam ready to go, and Greedent continuously showing just how strong it can be in this meta with its Body Slam spam, and that is going to be a good game. Very well played. Alright, moving into this next one, moving into the last battle, I believe, right here, we have Deoxys on the lead versus Magnezone. Okay, pretty solid matchup on the lead considering the damage from counters right here, but both Rock Slide and Psycho Boost are going to be resisted, so they're probably just going to go straight for Rock Slides. We do see the charge move now coming through. Might just be straight Wild Charge and dip. So here comes that Wild Charge, and they are deciding to swap now into Armored Mewtwo. So Rock Slide is going to do some nice chip damage right here, and we might see that Greedent then swap in. Yeah, we do see the Greedent swap in. It does have to look out for Dynamic Punches, which this Armored Mewtwo could potentially have, but it can spam Crunches way quicker, and it's probably going to be doing a lot more damage. That is quite a good chunk right there, but Armored Mewtwo is still extremely thick right here. They aren't able to win that CMP tie, so Armored Mewtwo will be getting off the charge move. It's probably going to be straight Dynamic Punch, which it is. So Greedent holds on very strongly right there and able to get to this crunch. Now, will we see the Armored Mewtwo shield? No, they're not going to shield. They will be able to farm down with Greedent. So Magnezone really has to come back in and try to overload as best as they can with energy, but it might not be enough because there's still a Scrafty and a defense form in the back in order to face off right here. So we see a no shield from the Magnezone and a defense drop, which is huge. Hopefully they can get to this Body Slam in time. No, they do get the crunch in time, which is very nice. This is going to force a shield here from Magnezone, which is going to be very, very good for them. And another defense drop. This Magnezone is not liking life right now. It's got 2 defense drops on it, and its Wild Charge will be dropping its defenses. So we will see the defense form Deoxys come back in. Here comes the Wild Charge. They are going to shield. We'll have to see what that final Pokemon is going to be. It is going to be a Gallade. Oh. Alright, so Gallade has an opportunity right here to core break. It has close combat. It has confusion. We do see the swap now into Scrafty, so this is going to be interesting. One miscall on the move is going to be the end of it for Scrafty because, again, it has access to close combat. If Gallade can play this correctly, and it does shield the foul play, it might just have enough energy to double close combat right here. This is going to be very interesting to see how this plays out. They are going to shield. It is going to be the close combat. Can they get the foul play in time? Yes, they can. This is going to be a good game. This does neutral damage because of the fighting psychic typing right there. And Magnezone is going to go down. But good game, very well played. Very close one right there at the end. So really great showcase of this team. As you guys can see, it's all XLs, but very strong Pokemon. Greedent was in the wild for a long time. Defense Form Deoxys was in raids for a long time. And Scrafty's been around forever. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. And like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.